Hello and welcome this evening. We are here for Saturday kickoff and I am Gary Walker and these are the official matches here for match day 2 of the Premier League. We'll start things first at a lunchtime kickoff at Goalfield Park Stadium as we have here Aldass Gunners will travel away from home to take on Goalfield in the second matchup of the season. There's a chance here. Now Werner! Oh, very close there for him. Then, however, the next game will be the evening matchup at Charford, Saturday's first home game in the top flight after 30-odd years, and will be live, of course, at Al Valley. There's a chance here now, cross for maybe for Ronaldinho, maybe. Haaland! Oh. And let's talk to you, Jimmy, about the two matches here today. We'll start things first with the lunchtime kickoff between Goalfield and Aldass. Aldass, of course, won the league last season. Goalfield missed out on Champions League football, got to the final of the Champions League. How do you think this game will come across in this matchup here away from home for Aldass? Well, it's a tough game for both sides because, both teams really want it the most, especially Goalfield after losing to South Coast last week in their first game of the season, back by 2-1. They want to try and get back into winning ways, and to do that at home in front of their supporters will be something that they really want to do. But Aldass are a top team who won the league last season, so it's not going to be easy for Goalfield, I reckon, but you never know in football what will happen in this matchup. It's a new season and new fresh squads between two sides, so it'll be very tough, and I can't wait for this match. Thank you there, Jimmy. Let's get to the contest, shall we, at Goalfield Park Stadium, as Goalfield Boys United, as they will here to play against Aldass Gunners, the defending champions of the league. And now, let's get the kick-off. And we are here for the matchup here for Goalfield Park. It is Goalfield Boys United and also Aldass Gunners. There are two big games here today, but we'll kick things off first here at lunchtime between Goalfield and Aldass. We know that Goalfield, of course, lost their last matchup of the first game of the season by two poor mistakes. Obviously an own goal by Varane. The first goal was an own goal, and then Varane gave away a penalty at the end, and South Coast got the victory last week. But as for Aldass, they did very well last week's first match of the season. They did beat Grasshoppers as they were trailing by 1-0 by a goal from Immobile. They turned it around. They won the match 3-1 in their opening matchup last week. For Goalfield, Werner's playing, Hazard, De Bruyne, Roy Keane, Pogba, Sancho, the new signing, with Shea, Thiago Silva, Varane, and also Kieran Trippier, and also Jan Oblak. For Aldass, we've got Aubameyang, Suarez, Angel Di Maria, Philip Coutinho, a new signing from Liverpool, Toni Kroos, Blind, Leon Sago, Ramos, Bailey, and Ryan James. And now, let's get straight to kick-off. Sancho. Now Hazard. Now to Shea. Into the box. Clearance maybe. Werner. Now Di Maria. Now is Aubameyang. And now here's Sancho. Werner. Oh, right into the keeper's hands there to Oliver Kahn. And it is obviously goalless this matchup so far. This match, so already played 10 minutes of the game. And now here's Toni Kroos. Now here's to Aubameyang. Now Thiago Silva. Now to Sancho. And now here's De Bruyne. And now here's Werner. Cut in maybe. De Bruyne! Oh, that could have been a nice chance there for Goalfield to get themselves in front. But it went wide though. Off of target for a goal kick for Aldass. Now Kahn. Pass it short. Okay, there to Ryan James. I know that Aldass did win the league last season, by the way. The Premier League, obviously with, for their first title since 2016. Did it in style under their manager David Wagner. Offside there, referee gives for a free kick here for Goalfield. Now Oblak will take it. Now to Silva, short pass. Okay, he's passed it there now to Shea. Now De Bruyne. Sancho. Hazard. Now Werner! Oh, close. It could have been maybe a goal to put Goalfield in the lead. But it's obviously going to be out for a goal kick here for Aldass. And now Khan will take it short again now to Ryan James. Now it's Hazard. Now, okay, down to Ramos. Blind. All the way there, head up. Now Kroos. Now Pogba. Oh, that's a wrong pass there. Gave City there to Ramos. Now head up. Now to Werner. Now Sancho. And now Hazard. Oh, what a goal! And Goalfield are in the lead. Goalfield have put themselves in the lead. The Belgium forward right there has put it past the goalkeeper for Oliver Kahn. It's 1-0 Goalfield as well. Unbelievable goal, I've got to say. Knocked it there to Sancho. And then over there to Hazard. Beast past Oliver Kahn, and Goalfield are in front. And it's good that Goalfield are in front, of course, after losing last week's first game of the season to South Coast. But at least they've got a bit of something in the first half. Now, bicycle kick for Aubameyang, but it's gone to the keeper's hands comfortably there. And now here's De Bruyne. Shea. Sancho. And a pass there to Kevin De Bruyne. Hazard. Now Sancho. Okay, that's going to be now a corner, by the way, for Goalfield to go 2 goals in front, maybe before half time. De Bruyne. It's right in the keeper's hands there of Oliver Kahn. And it is half time at the break here at Goalfield Park. As it ends here for the first half, as Goalfield Boys United 1, Aldass Gunners 0. We are back here now for the second half, and here we go. Suarez, Coutinho, Aubameyang, Oblak, Werner. Okay, now to Kieran Tierney now for Goalfield. At least they got themselves in the lead, of course, in the first half, and they're really holding out this 1-0 lead to stop Aldass from getting something in this matchup. But now here's Suarez, meanwhile, here with the ball here. Cross into the box here, Aubameyang, goal! 1-1! And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the defending champions of the Premier League, has somehow got something out of that. And there's a lot of conversation by Varane and also Kevin De Bruyne. I think Varane's had a very poor 2 weeks so far in terms of, you know, not really had it easy for him. An own goal, gave away a penalty last week. Looks like Varane looks like didn't really communicate really there with obviously the defenders there. And it's gave away a goal to make it 1-1. Silly mistakes there from Raphael Varane. But again, it's communication it comes down to, and I can't see any of that between Varane and Thiago Silva and De Bruyne and all that. But it is 1-1 though. And it is a real fair game between the two sides. And although Aldass, of course, have got that experience from last season, well, obviously winning the league title for the first time since 2016 under Wagner. In his second season in charge, he's hoping, of course, to do the exact same thing, win the league this time around. And stopping the Red Devils from actually trying to win the league. And that's good for Aldass in a way to do that. To try and stop them dominating the Republican Football League. But it is a free kick though anyways here in the game here at Goalfield Park. As Hazard there got fouled by Eric Bailly there for Aldass. So free kick's being given. So free kick. De Bruyne will take it. De Bruyne! Oh, at the crossbar! Hit the frame of the crossbar right there. And now back now to Fabregas. Fabregas! Oh, save there from Kahn. I thought Cesc might score there to make it 2-1, but good save from him though. And now Paul Pogba. Now to De Bruyne. Now is Sancho. And now is Shea. Now Sancho. Into the box. Header away. Pogba! Oh, the block, and it's gone for a corner, it looks like here. I think it last touched the Aldass' defender. Let's have a look. Yeah, Ramos, it was Ramos. So it's a corner though. Into the box. Header away. And now here's to Coutinho. And now Suarez. Now Aubameyang pushing forward here. Now Kroos. Now Di Maria. And now it's Hazard. Now Sancho. Now Thiago Silva. Oh my God, on the ball back here now. Body now. To Aubameyang. Oh, very close. Now is Tierney. Roy Keane. Now Fabregas. Now Pogba. We only got at least 3 more minutes to go left of the game, by the way. 3 minutes left of the clock. It is 1-1, by the way, in this match. And there you have it. It's full time. Both teams share a point at the start of the Goalfield season, let's say, after losing last week's first league game, as it ends as a draw against the defending champions of the Premier League. A massive draw for Goalfield. And Jimmy, tell us your thoughts on Goalfield getting a point over Aldass, the league champions from last season. Well, I thought Goalfield did very, very well in the first half. We all just know what they did in terms of being the lead in the game by a goal from, obviously, Eden Hazard. But again, in the second half, Iran, you know, no communication from the last game against South Coast Rangers. They were lucky they didn't lose the matchup at the end, but they kept it 1-1. But I think Goalfield could have won that matchup, I think, in my honest opinion. They're all over Aldass, but Aldass had a little bit more about them in the second half in terms of going towards the keeper. But they tried it so many times. They did that in straight after the second half by a goal from Aubameyang. And I've got to say that a good point for both sides for the second matchup of the league so far this season. Thank you, Jimmy. And now let's get straight now to the game highlights for all the other 8 matches at 3 o'clock here for all the Saturday games here at Saturday Kickoff. It took Red Bull Tomato 20 minutes to get themselves in front by what a whopping strike there from Jack Gonyul to beat past the keeper for AFC Richmond to put Red Bull Tomato 1 goal up in the game. A brilliant strike from him, and Red Bull Tomato take that early lead in the game. It wasn't much after that goal from Jack Gonyul as the game ends here at Red Bull Arena by 1-0. It was a very close chance for Padres Impact to get themselves in front in the first 25 minutes of the game in the first half, as Yuri Tillemans had a shot but clears away from Winnie Roseman, and then again had a chance there from a shot from number 21 Nicholas Ladana, but gone wide for a goal kick. And Newport Dragons somehow got themselves a late lead in the game by a goal there from Pavon, as the team were newly promoted back to the Premier League has got themselves a late lead against Padres Impact, and that means a lot for Newport fans after being through a lot of problems, of course, from the 2 seasons before when they were relegated to the second Liga. But first time of asking, they got themselves straight back up again, and they lead a late victory at the Olympic Stadium. A big victory right there for Newport Dragons as they got themselves a late victory there from Pavon as the match ends here by 1-0. And great pass there from Sadio Mane. He knocked the ball all the way there to Marco Reus there to Salah. And Salah puts Chesco Blue Tigers in front in the second half. And what a goal from him in the way as he beats past Ospina comfortably to make it 1-0 here at Grasshopper Turf. And the whistle blows here at Grasshopper Turf Stadium as it ends here as Grasshoppers United 0, Chester Blue Tigers 1. And then South Coast Rangers got themselves a lead in the matchup against the Hassenfield Terriers at C Pro Stadium for a great header from Youssef Poulsen. No one from Hassenfield Terriers marking him or man marking him as a Danish forward puts it in to make it 1-0. Then Hassenfield Terriers got themselves a goal back in the matchup to make it 1-1 as actually Haterball knocked the ball there to Michael Landrum, and Landrum beats past the keeper Silzen to make it 1-1 as the strugglers Hassenfield Terriers lost badly to Sporting St Lake last week, but they can forget about that and move on to this matchup as now it's 1-1 here at the C Pro Stadium. And then South Coast Rangers got themselves back in front again as Yusuf Poulsen had a shot, but then Jens Lehmann tried to save it, but unfortunately it fumbled off his hands into the net, and now South Coast are back in front. But the game ends here at the C Pro Stadium as Hassonfield Terriers 1, South Coast Rangers 2, 2 consecutive wins in the trot for South Coast and 2 straight losses for Hassonfield. A decent start to Iceberg Forest in the game as Jake Samuels trots the ball in all the way to Ray Donovan, head the ball in, beats past the keeper of Sporting Sand Lake, and now it's 1-0 to Iceberg Forest in the first 4 minutes into the game. A great start for Iceberg for Ryan Giggs' team, as now they are leading here by 1-0. Then, however, our Sporting Sand Lake got themselves a goal back in the matchup in the second half as Dean Smith's side got level in the game by a decent goal from Andre Arshavin to make it 1-1. And that's a good goal. And our Sporting Sand Lake are looking for something in this matchup to try and continue this consistency of results from last week's. And now it's 1-1. Then Theo Hernandez fouled Joe Bellingham outside the box, giving away a free kick here for Iceberg Forest in the matchup. And the referee right there gives him a warning in the matchup, but free kick instead for Iceberg. And then a free kick outside the box as Gilfrey Sigurdsson takes it for Iceberg, pings it in the box, header right there from Ray Donovan. His second goal for Iceberg puts them 2 goals in front against Iceberg Forest in the game. And a wonderful header right on his forehead as Forest lead here by 2-1. In the 96th minute, the last kick of the game, Ray Donovan got himself a hat-trick for Iceberg Forest. Beats past the keeper again of Bill Hilton as Iceberg Forest are definitely guaranteed 3 points. And that's a big 3-goal hat-trick right there for Ray Donovan. And now it's 3-1. And 3 goals and 3 points here for Iceberg Forest. A massive victory over Sporting Sand Lake. And now they do get themselves their first 3 points of the season. All thanks to that man right on the screen, Ray Donovan. 3-1. And the goal scored by the new signing of the Red Devils in the summer, Kylian Mbappe, makes it 1-0 for the Red Devils, obviously replacing Ronaldo as he scores his first goal as a Red Devils player for the Georgetown Red Devils itself here so far this game. And the hashtag goalkeeper couldn't save that one there, Ben Foster, as now it's 1-0 to the Georgetown Red Devils. And the match ends here at Old Factory Road Stadium, as it ends here as the Georgetown Red Devils 1, hashtag United 0. There wasn't really much between City and Los Andrade, however, but Georgetown got themselves the best chance possible as Hakim Ziyech had a chance to score against Los Andrade, but unfortunately it went wide for a goal kick. A very boring game between City and Los Andrade, and again both teams dropped points the second week like last week as it ends here 0-0. A massive mistake there from Wild, however, from Manuel Neuer, and also there from Van Dijk, because, however, Vidic passed the ball mistakenly there to the Interlogas striker Griezmann. It was 1v1 to Neuer, beats past Neuer, and Taloga lead by 1-0. Great work there from Erik ten Hag's side as they lead early on in the game by a mistake made by Neuer and Van Dijk, and also Hakim Ziyech as he tripped his own goalkeeper over to make it 1-0 to Weirnold. And a bit of worries at the back there from shaky defensively between those 3 players I've just mentioned, and now it's 1-0. A 1-0 goal from Anton Griezmann. They won the match-up only by a narrow 1-0 lead here at the Santo Park Stadium as it ends here 1-0. And before we get to the game between Charford Saturday and Puerantos, let's hear from the gaffer Scott Dawson before the game. Of course we're going to be the favourites to be heading down to Division 1 next season, but we did very, very well in terms of our mentality last season to be brave in terms of stepping up to Pompey. We got here to the Premier League that we never expected to be. Obviously 2 years since being in charge, and the club obviously were in the second division for so many years, and being at the top is very, very not normal for us to be. But again, I'm very proud of the lads, and we're here. And Puerantos will be a very tough game obviously tonight, because we know that they're going to be we've got some great players coming here at the Al Valley Stadium, such as Haaland, Devin Williams, Robert Cliff, Neymar, and so many great names also coming here to Al Valley. So it's going to be a very hard game for us, but I am ready, and the players are ready to give them a real proper shift today. We might have lost to Padres last week, but this game here today, I think we've got it. Jimmy, tell us your thoughts on this game today, Charford Saturday versus Puerantos, but any thoughts on what Scott Dawson, the manager, said about Charford's game against Puerantos here in this matchup? I really do like Scott Dawson on how the way that he joined Charford 2 years ago. He inherited a very poor team from the previous manager before Scott Dawson. He's got to get a bit of credit about him because he's the one who's transformed the team in terms of building the blocks towards where they want to be, or never expect them to be, in a way, after 30 years away from the top flight of Republican football. But it will be tough, obviously, for Charford this season. They are the favourites to go down back to the second league next season. Of course they're going to be favourites to go down, but they're going to give it a fight. They're going to give it a heck of a go. This is a massive opportunity for Charford to actually be in this division and even beating Los Andras Pompey to win the relegation playoffs last season to get themselves promoted and send Pompey down to Division 1. So it is very, very big, this is for Charford, and they've got to take it for pride this game here. Every game, especially this game here against Puerantos, despite them having the very tough fixtures they've got so far at the start of this campaign. And what about the visiting team, Puerantos? They did actually drew 0-0 to City last week. A very slow start to the season. They're the favourites to probably win the league this campaign. What do you feel about them heading to Charford today's match? Well, I think they've got a winnable game today. They can really, you can't take every game very easily in the Premier League because anyone could beat anybody, I mean, even though Charford Saturday's got, a lesser budget, they're a smaller team, but you know that you never know how the opposite team will show up today. So it's going to be very tricky. It's going to be for Puerantos, of course. I think every game is going to be tricky for any team, but they are a winnable game. This is for them. They should win, and we'll see what happens at the Al Valley Stadium. Okay, thank you very much there, Jimmy. Let's get straight now to the game here at the ground at Charford. It's Saturday versus Puerantos. Let's head to the match. The first game for Charford Saturday since 1994. The last game was actually played here in May the 4th, 1994, when they lost to Portsmouth United by 2-1 to send them down to Division 1. And since then, they've never been up until now. And now the players are leaving the tunnel and they are ready for kick-off in this contest. As Puerantos, of course, their aims this season is to try and compete for a Premier League title, even though that Brian Cliff's side got them into the Champions League last season and won themselves their first ever European trophy in their club's history since they've been formed since 2019. They want to win the league. But for Saturday, however, Spearman's up front with Carnu, Troy Deeney, Jack Wilshere, Ben Rice, Routledge, Oscar Coleman, McIntyre, Sol Campbell, Andre Canas also playing here for Saturday. But as of for Puerantos, however, Haaland, Williams, Neymar, the new signing, Ronaldinho, Granit Xhaka, Kaka, Greg Smith, John Smith, Shakina, and Dennis Parker, and also the goalkeeper. The new signing from Los Andras Pompey is James Taylor. And he was the one, obviously, he played his last game for Pompey when Charford Saturday got promoted to the Premier League at that time. And here we go, let's get the contest underway right now, here live at the Al Valley. It's between Puerantos and Charford Saturday in this matchup here right now. And now here's, I lost control of it now. Here's to Jack Wilshere. And now here's to back the ball there to Ben Rice. Now Rice. And now obviously there Smith gets it away as possible here for Puerantos here. And now it's Greg Smith. Pass it nice there to Erling Haaland here, the Norwegian. And it's good all these great players, of course, are heading to Al Valley to play this big game here. They actually got some players, of course, in the transfer. Obviously, Sol Campbell left Pompey to join Charford Saturday. Obviously, Jack Wilshere, Troy Deeney also signed also for Charford as well from the transfer market. Obviously, Deeney left Watford in Britain to come and play for the Republican side, Charford. So they've got a bit of couple of fresh faces, of course, in their team to try and strengthen for this season if they want any chance of staying up. And now Speedman now with the ball, lost control of it now from John Smith. And now Granit Xhaka. Now Neymar. And now all the way there to Sol Campbell. Now to Andres Canas now for Charford. Now Jack Wilshere. And now here's to Neymar. And now Xhaka. And And now here's a chance maybe. And I remember the last matchup, Puerantos did draw their game 0-0 in their matchup, of course, last week against Georgetown City. Now Haaland meanwhile here. Oh, could have been. And we all know that big game, of course, last week. But Puerantos, of course, draw 0-0, a goalless game. And maybe they can get their first goal maybe here in this evening kickoff here against Charford. But it's goalless though. And Haaland almost had a chance, but the ball went a little wide away from goal for a goal kick for Charford. And now Coleman with the ball here now for Charford now. There's a tackle there, sort of. Or tackling each other, it looks like here, between Parker and Ronaldinho. Now here's Xhaka. Now Ronaldinho now to Neymar. Now Kaka. Now Kaka's through here. Now to Williams. Williams! Oh, okay, good defending right there from the Charford Saturday's defence here. And now Jack Wilshere. Now Speedman. Now Troy Deeney. Now Deeney right there now to Oscar Coleman. Now lost it back now to Ronaldinho now for Puerantos here. Now pass it there now to Neymar. Neymar might have a chance maybe for putting something in the box perhaps, but no. Clears it away there for Charford. Xhaka. Nice ball there to Kaka. Now to Haaland! 1-0! And Puerantos' first goal of the season has been scored in the second game of the season by Erling Haaland. And Charford Saturday try to clear it away, but unfortunately Puerantos, of course, with their extra power in their legs, really got the ball back. And then Haaland right there beats past Canaz. And now it's 1-0 here to Puerantos before half-time. Great pass there to Kaka, right there to Haaland. And now it's 1-0 and they're in the lead. That's good to see. That's a very good to see right there for Puerantos right there to get themselves before half-time. And it is half-time at the break here at Al Valley. As it ends here at the first half is Saturday 0, Puerantos 1. And we are back here for the second half, and here we go. It is 1-0 to Puerantos, of course, going into the second half here. And we are live, of course, on a Saturday night here, or evening, they say, here in Charford. It is 1-0 Puerantos in this match so far, going to the second half. Now Kaka. Oh my God, Canaz right there. He couldn't catch it, he couldn't. He had a little one-hand save there on that. And Sol Cam had to clear it away. And now Speedman comes off and Hanbury comes on here for Charford. Extra legs there for Charford to try and get back in the game here. Throw right there now into Neymar. Crossing the box here. Could be. Oh, Williams. Gone wide there. Could be two there. It could have been. A nice chance there for a goal, but it's gone wide. And Canaz will take the goal kick. Now is Troy Deeney. Haaland. Neymar. Now here's to Ronaldinho now, to Parker. Now back to maybe corner. Yep, corner ball. Looking for a second goal here, Puerantos here in this match. Now Ronaldinho. Header will bounce away in the box. Clearance there from Saturday there. That's going to be now thrown here now for Puerantos here. And now Greg Smith will take it. Now to Kaka. And now here's to Smith. Good clearance away there from Sol Campbell here. Now Kanu. Okay, that's going to be a throw-in right now. So Puerantos wins the throw. Now Greg Smith now to Kaka. Pushing forward here now, looking for a second goal potentially. Now here's to Haaland. Haaland cuts in, could be, and Canaz there got the ball right in his hands for a goal kick or throw there now to Oscar Coleman. And now here's Hanbury. Now Rice. Now here's to Kanu. Cross into the box here, header. Parker, no! Own goal! And Charford Saturday are level. And their first ever goal for 30 years away from the Premier League. They've got themselves a goal. Their first goal was an own goal by Dennis Parker. I know Charford Saturday didn't claim the goal, but it was an own goal by Parker though for Puerantos, however. And it is now 1-1. I think they'll be very proud of themselves, Charford, to really dig deep they are in this matchup to try and get into the box as possible. And they got something out of that. And now it's 1-1 here. They might get their first point of the season here. And I've got 2 substitutes being made as well for Charford though. Try and make sure they hold out this draw. Or maybe a victory maybe if they can. So it is 1-1. Saturday 1. Puerantos 1. Now Neymar. It's very disappointing to see that Puerantos of course drop points again like last week. Drawing 0-0 to C. But draw 1-1 to Charford. A team they should win really on paper. Now Kaka. Into the box here. Haaland. Oh! Could have been. But it's gone to Canaz here. And he's got the ball in his hands. Now it's Dennis Ashton here. Now to Kanu. Now to Liam Jones. Now to Hanbury. And he's won it back here. Good to see there from Puerantos to win it back. Now Smith. Kanu. Deeney. Now Routledge. Ashton. Header. Clearance there from Ronaldinho. Now Parker. Not long to go left the game. Haaland. Now Williams. Haaland. Now Kaka. Could be a chance in the last minute for Puerantos here. Could be. The whistle blows here for full time. And Charford and Puerantos drop points. A draw here as it ends 1-1 here at the end of the game. The official results for match day 2 of the Premier League. Goalfield Boys United 1, Aldass Gunners 1, Charford Saturday 1, Puerantos 1, Red Bull Tomato 1, AFC Richmond 0, Newport Dragons 1, Padres Impact 0, Grasshoppers United 0, Chesterfield Blue Tigers 1, Hassenfield Terriers 1, South Coast Rangers 2, Iceberg Forest 3, Sporting Sand Lake 1, the Georgington Red Devils 1, Hashtag United 0, and Georgington City 0, Los Andreas 0, and Interloga 1, Warenord 0. So the official league table stands. At the top of the table we have is Chesterfield first, second South Coast, and third we have is the Red Devils, as all those 3 teams have got a 100% record so far in the league. In 4th we have Aldass with 4 points, in 5th we've got Iceberg, in 6th Taloga, in 7th we have is Padres, 8th is Sporting Sand Lake, 9th is AFC Richmond, and to wrap up the top half of the table in 10th position is Newport Dragons. But moving on of course to the bottom half of the table, we have in 11th position, we have his Red Bull Tomato with 3 points. In 12th position we have his Georgington City with 2 points. In 13th position we have his Los Andreas with 2 points. In 14th position we have his Puerantos with 2 points. In 15th we have his Goalfield Boys United with 1 point. In 16th we have his Hashtag United with 1 point. And in 17th position is Charford Saturday with 1 point. Within the relegation zone we have his Warenord and Grasshoppers and Hassenfield Terriers. So coming up of course next Friday we have Portsburg United, as they will host here against Cobham Town, as that matchup will kick off next Friday at 7 PM. And then next weekend we'll be moving it to Sky Sports for that week rather than Saturday kickoff, as we'll be heading to Sky Sports as we got 1 game featured between Warenord, the strugglers Warenord, will take on Georgington City, as both teams have not picked up their first win so far this season yet in the Premier League. Both dropped points and both got a draw here in this matchup. And tell us your thoughts, Jimmy, about the game and how Charford got themselves a point over Puerantos here in this matchup. We never expected it to happen. I thought Puerantos might be the ones who could be dominating this matchup, but it wasn't the case this evening for Charford. Absolutely right there. You were spot on. I thought Puerantos were very slow they were in the second half. First half they did very, very well to excel that goal from Erling, but apart from that, Charford Saturday really hold out tight at the back. Not let Puerantos get more than 1 goal in the game. And they got reward of that, you know, by an own goal deflection from Dennis Parker from a cross set piece from Charford. And they got themselves their first point of the season. And if you can get results like that, Charford, then there's a chance that they could survive this season. Depends on the teams below them, could be a lot worse off compared to them. So a good start to the Scott Dawson's team to get their first point in their first home game after 30 years away from the Premier League. And they should be very proud of themselves after that result today. Thank you there, Jimmy. And that's all we have time for here today for Saturday kickoff. And we'll be back, of course, for next week, of course, for match day 3 of the Premier League, but we'll be moving it to Sky Sports because we'll be live on Sunday midday kickoff between Waynord and Georgington City. Both teams have not collected their first win yet this season, but that game will be live on the other show on Sky Sports. But until then, we'll see you soon. Take care.